welcome to Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, Executive Director of the Nonprofit Village. This show features nonprofit organizations that have the 501c3 designation by the IRS because they provide a public benefit. In a lot of cases, your donations to them are tax deductible. We proudly partner with Montgomery Community Media on this program, and together we highlight some of Montgomery County's most important and best nonprofit programs and services. Today we have the chance to speak with Robert Goldman, President of the Montgomery Housing Partnership. MHP, as they're known, has a mission to preserve and expand quality, affordable housing in Montgomery County. Rob, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
And I was remembering earlier, first time we met, you told me, call me Rob. I kept saying Robert, and you said, call me Rob. So I'm just going to call you Rob today.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
All my friends call me Rob.
Good. All right. So for 3 decades, Montgomery Housing Partnerships has worked to create quality, affordable homes throughout the region. And how many homes have you been able to provide through the organization? How are they developed? Tell us a little bit about the range of the programs, the types of homes, and what's going on.
Yeah, as you said, we were started 30 years ago by sort of a group of housing activists who said, there's a need for affordable housing in Montgomery County. And so, as we've developed over the years, we've sort of taken a comprehensive approach to that, in which we're not just housing people, but we're also empowering the families that live at our properties and strengthening neighborhoods around where affordable housing is located. So we offer, in addition to providing housing, which we own over 2,100 homes throughout the county and large and small apartment buildings. We also provide an array of what we call community life programs to help support the residents. And then we work around where affordable housing is located to strengthen the neighborhoods, to make them healthier, stronger neighborhoods, so everyone who lives there thrives.
Okay. So, one of the things I noticed when I was first looking at your website was the initials for Montgomery Housing Partnership, MHP. You also have another slogan, making home possible, with those same initials. So what you're describing really does make home possible. It's more than just housing. It is home, which means something very different. Yeah.
I mean, it's and that's why we really talk about homes. We don't talk really about units. We don't. It's not just about the sticks and the bricks and the building of the apartment buildings, although that is a very important element of it. But when, for the average person, when you think about home, it's that sense of security, that sense of this is where I belong, this is my community, this is my family, and this is where I'm proud to live. And so that's what we're really striving for as we do all the various programs that MHP is working towards.
Okay, so thanks for sharing that. One of the things also about MHP, about the name, that it doesn't reveal is that, like you said, you really are working to develop and improve the quality of the neighborhood that the housing, the homes are located in. So can you share some more detailed examples of some of the programs that really enhance that community vitality?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way I talk about it is sort of threefold. We're working to improve the physical structures in a community. And so we have a long history of working in Connecticut Avenue Estates in North Eaton. And we, at one point when we first did that, we were buying older houses that were vacant, fixing them up, and providing home ownership for families. But then it's also about leadership development, finding the stakeholders that live there and making them sort of invested in their community. And then once you have those leaders and building civic associations or tenant associations, what have you, then once you have those leaders, kind of creating a plan of where do we want to go as a community over the next 5, next 10 years, and how do we get there? And that might be dealing with crime issues, it might be dealing with, trash issues, who knows what those issues might be. but we work with them. We're working in, again, we're still working in some of the other neighborhoods in North
And it's
Wheat.
really different in every community.
We're working in Long Branch. You'll see, if you go in Long Branch to El Golfo restaurant, you see a big toucan on the side of its building.
Right.
That's part of a huge mural project that we've been doing throughout the Long Branch community.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Improve the way it looks and make people, excited to be shopping and living in the Long Branch community.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that. So some of the other things that I know that the organization has gotten involved is helping some of the residents start their businesses. You're actually really making these strong connections. It could be business development. It could be community life programs. It could be student enrichment. I think you have homework clubs even. In some of your we
have a real strong focus on children and children's programs, and so we recognize that in many cases families are working 2 or 3 jobs, and so we provide an environment where kids after school, they come, they do their homework, they work with a reading specialist, they have computer time. During the pandemic, it was about making sure that they had all the tools to be able to go to school and then still do their homework afterwards. And so it's really about making sure that the kids have the opportunity to succeed. And we talk about sort of the racial divide and all that. And we want to make sure that we close that gap and make sure that the kids can succeed in school, and that the housing isn't a barrier, that the other tools that many other families have, that they are almost at equal footing so they can strive to succeed.
Okay. Yeah. So those are great resources, and we want to learn a little bit more about them. So we'll take a short break, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about how Montgomery Housing Partnerships acts as a public resource for everyone in our community. You're watching Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media. Please stay with us.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3. I'm Kim Jones. Today I'm talking with Robert Goldman, President of Montgomery Housing Partnership. Welcome back, Rob.
Yep. Thank you. Happy to be here.
So again, MHP, 30 years old. There's a lot of work packed into all of the development, redevelopment of properties, hiring. You have program participants. You do advocacy. Tell us a little bit more about, how you end up unpacking a lot of this work, and even maybe I don't know if you have a favorite story about how MHP has really empowered families.
Yes, it's all for me. My work is about the stories, and it's about the people and the impact we have on people's lives. Since you asked my favorite story, it really goes back somewhat 18 years ago when my daughter was first born, and I used to take her over to Four Corners where my mother-in-law lived, and dropped her off, and would stop at the 7-Eleven, got to meet the person behind the counter who worked there. Turned out we had just bought her building, and it was a rundown building with lots of housing code violations, so we improved her building, and she was excited about that. And then we started to have some programming there, and we began a home ownership program. And so she started to participate in the home ownership program, and she was able to participate through our program. She participated in the MPDU lottery system, was qualified for that, saved her money to buy a house. And sure enough, she won the lottery, but the house was way out in upper county, and she worked and lived, she worked, and her family was really around down county. So she said, no, I don't want to take it. I'll put my name back in the lottery. And then she got a house in the White Oak area, which she still lives there and thriving very successfully. So, we've had a major impact on a lot of people's lives. This is just one of many stories that we're very excited about.
That is a great story. And over time, you can see the impact that you continue to make because of your involvement. So I have a question, though. Housing doesn't just stop at a border. And we live in a regional community, it's a whole metropolitan area. And I know you are Montgomery Housing Partnership, but are there plans for the future to expand and maybe even move beyond the county borders?
Yep. It's something we've given a lot of thought to, and just begun to look beyond Montgomery County. Montgomery County will always be our base and where most of our activity work is, but we have a property in Prince George's County in the Hyattsville area. And then we just this past year bought a building, a 400-unit building in Washington, D.C. called Worthington Woods in the Congress Heights area. So again, the need is great throughout this region, and we feel like with our skills and our expertise that we should apply that throughout the region. But again, our roots and our base is here in Montgomery County, our neighborhood work, and much of our other work. So we're here to stay, but we're broadening our horizons, as one might say.
Good. And because of that, you will obviously bring in more partners because you have extensive and very deep partnerships in the community in order to do the work that you do. You'll also be expanding opportunities for volunteers as you move into other geographic areas. And those volunteers are really vital to efforts like yours. So when viewers go to your website, can they find opportunities to?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're at www.mhpartners.org, and there are many volunteer opportunities. We have backpack drives right before, and for school supplies for the kids before school starts. We have holiday toys and toy drives during the winter time, the holidays. So kids.
And those are all on the website?
Yeah, all on the website. And
okay.
People can sign up and participate in many of these opportunities.
All right.
Yep.
So we're running out of time here. So I want to thank you, Rob, for sharing all of this critical information. There's a lot that people can find when they do go to your website, mhpartners.org. And I look forward to talking to you a little bit more again in the future. So join us next time. Join us next time on Studio 501c3, your window on nonprofits in Montgomery County. I'm Kim Jones, and I'll see you next time. This episode of Studio 501c3 was sponsored by MBA Growth Partners.